Google, internationally revered tech giant. One day out of the blue, Google emails me, asks for a phone interview. Apparently, they're having a hard time finding people to go out and work at a data center out in the middle of nowhere. But I figured, hey, might be a good name for the future, and the pay must be great if they're sending you out to a small town. Now, just to start this off, I never signed anything, nor do I recall agreeing to any non-disclosure agreement. And let's hope that for the sake of this video, that I never did. But hey, I'm not going to name names, and I'm not going to disclose specifics. Of course, how many Google data centers are there in Finland? Yeah, I'll let you figure that out. I didn't make it past the phone interview. Very disappointing. And not because I didn't make the cut after putting my skills and knowledge and imagination to the test, but more so because the interview process left me a bit disillusioned. We tend to see Google as a bit of a unique company, a company that spurs the thought of technical innovation, that can offer up a challenge against the mundane. And we'd like to believe that this mentality makes its way across all aspects of the company. There's a story to be told. So let's roll back a bit and let's make one thing clear. This is an opinion piece based on my single experience. It's as anecdotal as anecdotes get. Well, to start, I got a little message on LinkedIn asking if I'm up for a chat for a position from Google. It didn't quite seem like a scam, and it was from an official Google recruiter, so hey, why not? The recruiter was very polite, explains the position to me, what's expected, and how this interview process will go, letting me know that we're going to be starting with a phone interview, and that's going to lead to an all-day interview. Kind of what you might expect, nothing strange there. And then another day comes by, and I'm getting a call for this phone interview. Starts off with a discussion about benefits and relocation, and I find it kind of strange because these are discussions that normally come near the end of the interview process. But hey, it's fine. Not my place to question it too much, not a big bother. So then comes the interview, the meat of the story, what a lot of you might be interested in, especially if you are applying to Google. The first question comes, what port does DNS use? Really? Google? You can't be using standard test questions. I haven't seen these since high school. Can I answer? Yeah, is it 56? No, wait, 53. At this point, a lot of this is not really fresh in my memory. What are some common processor architectures? I think for a bit, x86, x64, Titanium, PowerPC, Spark, and a few others. You forgot ARM. Now, a decade ago, I remember having interviews with small companies that would go down a list of questions like this, one by one, in part because they weren't so knowledgeable about the subject, and they didn't really have any way to determine a candidate's value. In all honesty, it's not really the best way to determine a candidate's value. But Google asking to what amounted to about a dozen test prep questions? And me, I hadn't prepared for the test, and that was that. I didn't score high enough. Of course, I could have just Googled the questions. Maybe that's what they expected. So yeah, well, when I got off the phone, I had already felt a little bit disappointed before I had even heard the results. I didn't know if I was going to pass or fail. But in a way, it had just felt like I lost my opportunity to properly fail. It wasn't so important for me to get that job. I hadn't even applied for the job. Who knows if I would have even made the jump to move. But I felt like I missed that learning experience that comes from a strong, challenging interview. Even if we're talking about the first phone interview. I felt, well, disillusioned. But that's life. It's one little tiny experience that I felt, hey, I might as well make into a video. I mean, look, there's a lot of people out there that want to work for Google. And at least now, if you happen to be someone who's aiming for a job at one of Finland's data centers, you better start brushing off on those test prep questions. And funny enough, the job has still been posted a couple more times, and is still up for offer.